a goal! Side of goal! Oh, what a goal!
What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Del Boy's back. I haven't been on this bleeding shite in a while. I've been hiding. Just fucking just busy, I suppose, doing loads of stuff away, and fucking I have this thing called a life as well, apart from YouTube, that has to be lived, I suppose, I said, geez, I don't think the last thing was the Man City game. I think was I was involved in or something like that. And I want to sort of recap over all this shit. You know what I mean? Because the stuff wrecking me head. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Manny, who has been steering the Del Boy ship, and he's been doing an absolutely quality job with the fan call-ins shows and everything like that. And it's not easy. You have to have about fucking 25 bleeding hands on you, controlling comments, getting people in, getting people off, telling people to shut up and telling people you're right in what you're saying, all sort of stuff like that. But no, I want to give Manny a big, big shout out. He's an absolute legend. And everyone else who has been on the panel and stuff like that, I've seen the shows since I wasn't around. I've seen them, and there was a lot of fucking great points being made, I just wanted to sort of just recap over a few things. I'll talk about the Zinchenko-Saliba thing as well, and we'll get into that. We'll get your comments on board. And if anyone wants to join in, I'll drop the link in a few minutes. I just want to sort of just get a few things off me mind first. And I suppose going back to we beat Chelsea, we beat Newcastle, brilliant, that's grand. We're on top of the league. Well, we were on top of the league, and we're challenging for the league. Chelsea, whatever, you should be beating them, stuff like that. I want to talk about the last video that I actually posted, and it was Kyle Walsh and the passion that he has. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much similar to him. I may not lose the shit that much because I do have young kids watching me two boys to be watching the match with me, so I have to sort of keep it calm. But, I do lose the plot as well. And that just shows you, I just want to, Kyle as well, Kyle Walsh, absolute legend. The passion that he has is probably the same passion that a lot of you guys have as well. It's unreal. I did laugh when I first seen it, and I did ask him, could I use it? So don't be thinking Del Boy went behind his back. I didn't. I asked Kyle, could I use it? Check the video. Check the video if you haven't fucking seen it, seriously. But anyway, the whole Man City game for me, they didn't show up. They bottled it big time for me, and it's frustrating. We're that close. Now this isn't going to be a negative sort of show. I just want to get a few things off my mind because I haven't been on YouTube. But the Man City game, they didn't show up. Frustrating the life out of me. Odegaard played useless. Pretty much everyone of the team played useless. It's frustrating that we're so close. That why can't we just go to the Etihad and give them a game, draw, don't lose? You know what I mean? Go back forward at the Liverpool game, 2-0 up. We throw it away, 2-2. West Ham, we know what happened there, 2-0 up again. Southampton, you know what I mean? These are the sort of things that we weren't expecting to be where we were at the start of the season. We weren't expecting to be challenging, but we were there. We were there, and why didn't we, continue going? I think there was a few wrong choices, positions, substitutes were wrong, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. With the Man City game, I don't know how a player, if you're in that position, can't be motivated to go out there and put in a performance. Our captain, as I says, didn't perform, and I'm starting with him because he's captain of the club. Arteta made a few wrong choices as well, but I hope we gain from this for next season. But the thing about next season is, Man United are going to be there. Newcastle are going to be spending. Chelsea have already spent. Will they get it together? I don't know. We'll leave that there. I can guarantee you Liverpool are going to be up there. And we all know Man City are going to be up there. And everyone says, oh, but Del Boy, and people are there telling me all the time, but Del Boy, you're challenging, you're this and you're that, and Arteta's doing a great job and stuff like this. He is. He's doing a good job. but his fucking substitutions and his team selection sometimes frustrates the life of me. You know, really, really frustrates the life of me. If you're a supporter looking at this and you're not an Arsenal supporter, would you honestly take Arteta at your club as a manager? I'm saying if it's Pep Guardiola, if Pep left in the morning, would you take Arteta? An honest thing, you don't have to put it in the comments. Just sort of think about it in your head. I'm not sure about that, you know. And I'm not going to be slating Arteta. I'll review all this at the end of the season. That's what I'm going to do, you know. But the position that we were in, you know, and what I'm getting to, is everyone telling me, but your Man City are great and this and that. Man City are excellent. We all know Man City are fucking phenomenal. Probably one of the best teams in the world at the minute. But you only play them twice. You know what I mean? Like, we play other teams. Let's go and win these games. Let's beat West Ham. Let's beat Southampton. But we didn't fucking do that. And it's the mentality. It's up there. It is up there as a player. You just have to have the balls. You have to have the bottle. You have to have the talent as well to do it. But no, we bottled it big time. In them stupid games, Southampton, bottom of the league. Need to say more. West Ham have been shit all season. You know what I mean? We go to Anfield. We school them in the first half and a bit into the second half. But then, you know, we do stupid fucking things. We let them get back into it. We get Anfield rocking. And once Anfield's rocking, you're up against the Kosh straight away. You know? And it's stuff like this that if I didn't, like, if we make a few signings, are we still going to be up there? I'm not sure. I really am not sure for next year. You know, I think these teams are going to be spending big money. They're going to, like, you know, get more coaches and staff and all this sort of crap. It's going to be much harder next season. I think this season was a season like the Leicester City, the 2015 season. It was there for the taking. Do it. You know what I mean? Now, I'm hoping that Man City fucking, like, you know, get it goes to penalties on Wednesday night. You know what I mean? And let them run it out. And I have a feeling Everton may get a result against Man City. Are we going to get a result against Brighton? Tough game. I was at the previous fixture last season. You know what I mean? Very, very tough game. I'm just going to actually just drop in the link here, by the way, because I'm talking and talking and talking. Sorry, 1 second. So if anyone wants to jump in, you're all more than welcome. You don't need to turn on your camera. Just be respectful, be nice, be kind, be hugging and kissing and everything like that. But anyway, I'm just going to hit up a few comments here while they come in. Here we go. First comment up. Is it shown for you guys? Yeah, here we go. Henry Ray, please beat Brighton. I beg you, Gunners. And hi, mate. Enjoy your show. I can't wait to join. I can't join. I have a 7 p.m. Yeah, no problem at all, Henry. No problem, mate. Del Boy, what's the bleeding story? What's the crack, Craig? Hope you're good, mate. Hope you're good. The most reliable player in recent weeks, Zinchenko, is out for the rest of the season. Oh, no. What will we do? We are going to have to play the better defender instead, called Kieran Tierney. Arteta, you mug. Let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Great point, Craig. He's injured, Zinchenko. I'm not fussed over this. The whole Saliba thing I'm fussed over. I'm delighted Kieran Tierney's going to slot back in. I think he's going to do a fucking brilliant job. And I hope he does. I really do. I think it's going to change our whole game. You know what I mean? Because Kieran Tierney cannot pull into that centre midfield role. He is just gunning straight down the left-hand side and whipping balls in. That's what he does. And that's what he's excellent at. Play him in the position. Leave him there. I would have rather, Tierney on the left and put Zinchenko in the middle and drop Xhaka. You know what I mean? Something like that. Shake it up a bit, because every team now knows what way we play. I could see it last year. I'm a fucking idiot from Dublin. I could see it when I was in the Emirates. The first game I went to, I could see the way he was playing. You know what I mean? This season then, when we got Zinchenko, Jesus, I could see he's pulling in on the left-hand side. You know what I mean? I'm also saying this, and please, hold on to your seat. Drop Saka. Because the reason why I'm saying Saka, he hasn't played well in a while. I don't think he needs a rest, because a young fella at his age, on that money, on that fitness level, everything like that, you should be fit. But I'm just saying, drop him. He needs a kick in the fucking ass to bleed and say, here, you need to up your game a bit, yeah? You know what I mean? There's Trossard for me. Put Trossard in. Martinelli can play anywhere up front. You know what I mean? That's the type of player he is. Try something new, because this whole thing of everyone knows our team. And that's sort of the stuff that's frustrating the life of me. Carl Rossi, Del boy, what's the crack, Carl? Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. Another Lenny in the chat. Lenny, what's the crack? Big up, Del. Hope you had a good holiday, brother. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks a million. I did indeed. Nice and refreshed. The upper tier. Big up, Niall. Hope you're doing well, mate. Big up, Del and chap. That forms at Newcastle was tops. The absolute reverse of the Emirates game. Yeah, it was, mate. And that's what I said at the start. I says, don't mind the Chelsea and the Newcastle game. They were absolutely phenomenal. And I'll tell you, I slated Odegaard there a few minutes ago, but what a goal by him was absolutely top class. That's what we needed when the chips were down, when we were in Southampton, West Ham. Needed him to come up. Where the fuck was he? You know what I mean? Mr. B, Del Boy returns in glorious Technicolor. Yes! Good man. I'll see you back there. I'm getting you on now in a minute, mate. I'm expecting Ben White tan levels. What's the bleeding story, Del Boy? Good man. Craig Del Boy, Arsenal showed backbone and fight against Newcastle, but where was it when it really mattered? See, this is the frustrating thing. Exactly. This is the frustrating thing. Vote Manny #1 host. Yes. Sean proved that Manny. Let him carry on, Del. Yeah, I will. I'll take a back seat. Let Manny off. Big up, Del Boy. Big up, Taib. Hope you're well, brother. Ryan's in the house. Big up, Del. How are you, Ryan? Hope you're good, man. Relevant runs of the bleeding leading to fuck all. Yeah, I know what you're saying. And this is after the Man City game for me. It was done. And it was just, it's friendlies or it's warm-up games or something like that, because, we're not getting I can't see us win the league. We have to get Man City to drop two, lose 2 games or loss and a draw. I can't see that. Let's be honest about it, Gunners. We need to wake up. And another thing I want to say is the fan base as well, by the way. I want to turn into the fan base, because some of the fucking shit that I'm seeing on the fucking internet and every sort of social media and all this stuff, like that AFTV crowd, they had something up there, Champions League or League. I need to have a fucking sup of this over that. Really? Fucking really? Champions League qualifications, or the league. That's the fan base right there. You know what I mean? It's participation medals. You know what I mean? You ask any of my young fellas if they get participation medals, what do they do? It's into the bin. See you later. What the fuck is that about? Participation medals. Ask me balls. Smash the likes. Yes, Carl. Tell them to fucking smash it. Grapple it. Get on the ground. Get up. Kyle's a winner. 100%. We all know that. And if you haven't seen the video, check it bleeding now. It's on me channel. Just check it out. I cried laughing. I was passionate with him. I think at the very end, actually, if you look at it, I think his dog nearly got fucked out the window. You know what I'm talking about when you see the sort of last minute or two of it. So funny. How can Arteta not know how to beat Pep, for fuck's sake? Yeah, there you are. Exactly, Taib. You know what I mean? I'm sure he has his whole fucking game plans of what happens if this happens and this and this and this. He knows the scenarios. You know what I mean? Pep, on the other hand, should not know Arteta's as much as Arteta knows. I don't know. I thought Newcastle would be tough and a test for Arsenal, but wasn't. Maybe Brighton will be saying that they will get walloped by Everton. Yeah, they absolutely got battered by Everton. But look, so did we. We lost to Everton as well. You know what I mean? People forget that. What's up, Dale? Hope you're good, mate. Good man, Connor. How are you doing, brother? Hope you're well. You're due a trip on the show. You're due a trip. Everton right now need as many wins as possible. This is what I'm saying, Taib. I think that if there's a banana skin out there for Man City, it could be the Everton game, because I think one more win for them and they're probably safe. I'm nearly sure. I think 38 points or 37 points gets a team safe. I don't have the league out in front of me just off the top of my head, but I'm sure that they want to get that sewn up and fairly fucking quickly as well. The boys just there saying hello. Arteta needs to know and understand how to utilise players for their strengths and how to switch up the style of play. Also learn about game management, taking risks. See, this is it, taking the right risks. You know what I mean? That Kiora fella, we all thought, who is he? He's shit and stuff like this. And I don't buy into that anymore. If he's signing for the club, get behind him and hopefully he's good. I'm sure the scouts have been there watching him. They've done their homework, so he should be a decent player, you know. But why the fuck was Rob Holding playing over him? You know what I mean? We're all now as fans looking at that going, why was Rob Holding playing in the Man City game, in whatever other games he was involved in, and not this fella? And he was fit. As far as I know, he was fit. Why the fuck wasn't he put in? I don't understand that. And like these coaches and Arteta and everyone like that know what way he's playing. They've seen him. They know what he can do. Why didn't they throw him in? I don't understand that. And that's stuff like that. And exactly what I'm talking about, Craig. Exactly, mate. Facts, Dale Boy. Next season will be unlike this one. I fear we'll be put back to where we are on paper, 5th or 6th. If we bottle a league with no cups taken seriously, just imagine next season with Champions League. Just looking at the game the other night, the Man City, Real Madrid, Jesus Christ, the football that was played there, let's be honest about it, it's fucking on another level. And we have to go up to that level. We're miles off that. And I'm sorry for all the fucking deluded fans. We're miles off it. I don't care. But we have Saka. Well, we fucking Odegaard. Yeah, we need about 10 more of them, trust me. Because Jesus Christ, that Vinicius Jr., Cannavaro, you know what I mean? Wow, what fucking players. What you call your man, Carvalho, or that was fucking smacking, bleeding Grealish up. And this is exactly what I was talking about with fucking Haaland as well. You know what I mean? Rudiger was doing it to him. Fucking hit him. He's only a big stock and a shy. You put it up to him, he'll do fucking nothing, he won't. And trust me with that big fucking airhead. You do meet them a lot. You know what I mean? Big fucking cunts think they're hard. Bang, smack them. Won't be fucking hard them wobbling on their feet like a fucking reindeer, they will. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Get under their skin. Elbow him. Give him fucking wreck his head. Tell him your bleeding mott is in bits. You know what I mean? It puts his mind off the fucking game and he wants to hit you. You get hit, go down. Sorry, is that a booking, yeah? Puts him off his game. Use the fucking head. Stupid bastards. But Real done it great. Who's the manager? Don. The Don is. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Just hitting the right area. Get Grealish. Grealish was put off by his whole game was thrown off by. He wanted to punch your man. I forget his fucking name. You'll mention in the comments. But yeah, you know what I mean? Winding him up, you know. And even when he done that, when Grealish was on the ground, he slapped his hand and he just falls on the ground. I probably would have stood in his head personally myself and got sent off. Grealish actually acted calm and like, you know, but he straight away went up after that and he fouled him. You know what I mean? But what do I know? I'd be sent off straight away. City already have had their Premier League title wrapped up. Exactly, because big up to you, pal. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, you're 100% right. Like, you know what I mean? After the City game when we lost that, done. See you later, mate. Jamino's in the gaff. What's the bleeding story, man? Big up Del Boy in the chat. What's the crack, Jamino, the legend? Big ups. Not saw your face for a while. You need to address this whole Arsenal situation. What's going on? Exactly, Nilo. This is the thing. Fans need to be fucking straightened fucking out, because this AFTV and other fucking muppets out there that are thinking, oh yeah, but next year we're going to do this and that and fucking everything. No, there's levels in the Champions League. Get to them levels. Let's see what we're like then, you know. Carl Rossi, couldn't have said it better myself. Excellent comment. As bad as Chelsea and Liverpool have been, they won't be this bad next season. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. Paul's in the house. What's the crack? Hi, all. Hope you're well, Del Boy. I'm absolutely flying, Paul. How are you, brother? Hope you're doing well. Hope it's all is well in Wales. And the boys there, big up, bro. Yep, and it will be even more funny when Arteta has to prioritise both Premier League and Champions League. He and the squad will fold quick. Yeah, and I'm feeling about January next season when the fucking shit is hitting the fan. If we do qualify for the next round of the Champions League, at that time, the shit will hit the fan altogether. Got to speak about your opinion about Arsenal for the past weeks and months, mate. Yeah, I know. Like, I've been trying to fucking get it over the line here. And I just want to add in, I'm just after seeing there now, Mr. B is in the gaff. What's the crack, mate? How are you keeping?
Yeah, big up, Dale. Long time no see, man. What's the
Yeah,
story? It's the bleeding
yeah,
story, fella.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
bleeding story?
I've been hiding, getting me hair cut, you know what I mean? Getting a bit of
Oh,
tan here
right.
and there. I was over in Spain the whole lot, like, you know what I mean? And yeah, having a few of them. But
I
yeah,
think
look.
you're pretending to be Cappuccino. You're going to take over Chelsea, aren't you?
Open the Cubans.
You're taking over Chelsea, are you?
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I'll go to a club like that. You know what I mean? Sit back, relax. What's happening? But anyway, come here. Are you going down as a favour at the end of the last game for City?
Well, we might do, mate. We might do. I mean, I think you let it go. I'm afraid, didn't you? That's the only thing.
Yeah,
You had
like
it in your hands, man. You had it in your grasp, and it's all
yeah,
just
like
it's gone, isn't it? Pissed away, mate.
see,
So
the thing about it is, when I was looking at the fixtures sort of coming up towards, let's say, March or stuff like that, I think before the Liverpool game and stuff, and I was looking at you guys at for Man City, the last game of the season for them. I was there.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm having that because I'll tell you, you guys turned them over in the Etihad. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Some people forget that. You know, they are
I
doable.
don't think they were at it then, no, Dale. I don't think they were really with it, at that time. They weren't
Yeah,
in the full sort of mode, Premiership like monster mode,
yeah,
like they are now. Haaland, absolute beast, man. He's
yeah,
scoring goals left, right, and centre. He is, isn't he? So.
yeah.
I'm fearing them a bit this time, to be honest. I don't think it'd be like it was before. We sort of had it maybe easier against them, so I
Is
don't
there
think
is
it'd be the same this time, man.
But see, the only thing
Yeah,
is there much time between, like, let's say your game and I think is it the FA Cup final for Man City against Man United? Is it a week away from that? Like, I'm sure that like what happened Newcastle this season
yeah,
when they were in the Carling Cup final, they put the eye off the ball because every one of the players wanted to be involved in the final, and bring a cup home. They didn't want to get
yeah,
injured or anything like that, and that's when Newcastle hit a dip big time. And then straight after that, they've been back on. And I think we're the only team that has beaten them since then.
yeah. They have one eye on that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
possible. Like,
like I'm hoping that maybe that could be the case because I'm sure Man City don't want to lose an FA Cup final to Manchester United.
no, man. I think it'd be like work myself. I think they're stuff United myself. I really do. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
don't know how United are up there. I mean, they're getting like 1-0s or whatever, like quite lucky most of the time with the wins and stuff. And I thought, how the hell are they doing it?
yeah,
But
yeah,
they
and
are still up there. I don't know how.
yeah, see, this is it. It's there's just a machine. Like everywhere you look on the line, like you know what I mean. It's so frustrating, and we were like at the stage I think before the the Liverpool game. I think we were
Yeah,
8 points clear of them with a game in hand or something like that, where
yeah, man.
we could have went 12 points clear of them back then.
You
Like
trolling,
then, you know what I
cruising,
mean.
man.
And
Yeah,
it's people are saying, but Man City, Dale, they're great. But fuck Man City, we didn't need to play them then. We had Liverpool to play, Southampton, West Ham. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Win them games. We dropped 2, 4, 6 points straight away there. By them 3 games, we dropped 6 points. What if we
yeah,
got them 6 points? No, even forget the Liverpool game. Forget the Liverpool, even 4 points. You know what I mean? It's a completely different league. And this is what I said. You have to only beat the teams that are in front of you. When it comes
yeah,
to the likes of the Man Uniteds or your Newcastles now and Man Cities, Mourinho was a legend at it. Alex Ferguson was a god at it. You just don't lose to your rival team. You just don't lose. Fair enough, you get the fuck out of there with a draw, whatever, but we
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
even turn up.
Yeah, we battled it against the teams you should have beaten, isn't it? I mean, the Southamptons and whatever, West Ham, they were there for the taking, weren't they? And
Yeah,
somehow you sort of bottled it, you fucked it up and just said, here you go, give them some points or whatever. So,
yeah.
how the hell could you do that, man? How the hell can Arsenal do that? They wouldn't have done it from the past, would they? The players of the past, teams of the
Yeah, oh,
past.
not a
No
hope,
way.
not a hope, mate. It's And that's the sort of thing that's really getting to me, you know what I mean? And like even our own sort of fan base, some of them, not all of them now, by the way, but like there's some of them that, oh, well, look, it's great, we're up there and we're this and we're that. But yeah, but like, you know, we have to finish teams off. Like, you know, it's so frustrating to actually get this close and then bottle silly games, like really silly games. The Southampton, bottom of the league, you know what I mean? Useless, 20-odd points, fucking useless. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus Christ.
And let Walcott score against you. How embarrassing is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, scored for 2 years.
He couldn't even fucking score for us. Never mind bleeding score against us. Like, you know what I mean? But making him out to be a fucking prime Messi. You know? Yeah, it's so frustrating,
nuts, man.
What's a successful season for you guys?
Well, to be honest, I think top 10, which we are now. I'll take that all day, to be honest. But you know, Europa Conference League, whatever, I'll take that as well. But you know, it's a long way to go still. There's still a few teams that are still going for that, with Brighton, Fulham, whatever, Villa. They're all there, aren't they? So you know, it's not going to be easy for us. But you know, it's in our grasp, really.
Well,
it'll still be done.
You guys, I'd love to see us in the Conference League, because I'm sure there's going to be one of the Irish teams in the Conference League this season, and I'd love for the Bees to come to Dublin town, and I'll definitely be going to the match.
Yeah, we might stuff the Irish, you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate.
100%, man, 100%. Come here, I'm just going to read out a few of these comments. They're bleeding flying in. Jamino, by the way, Del Boy, it's nice to finally see you do a stream other than the fan cam match reactions, but I still love the live cams. Yeah, no, but come here. I'm actually going to do something like this, probably like, you know, not a preview show, all this preview this, fuck off. It's just a talk shite program or something like that. Let people get their shite off their fucking shoulders of a hard week work or whatever's stressing you out. Come on, Del Boy's show, and release the pressure. You know, Ryan's in, same thing with the second place parades, Del. Yeah, don't even fucking get me started with that shit. Fucking hell. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if Brentford came in the European positions, you like, it's an absolute unreal result for you guys, but I'm sure there wouldn't be open top buses doing a parade.
No, nothing like that, man. We'd be happy though. We'd be made up, I'll tell you. But
100%.
No parade, but
100%. Lenny won't sign any world-class players, unfortunately. The board said top 4 at Christmas time on TV. Oh, jeez, that's it. Lenny's a Man United supporter, you know. But I think, look, United are building Lenny. You know what I mean? For me, they're going to be serious team next season, because I think they're going to sign the right players. If they get Harry Kane, Harry Kane, you know, I think Casemiro's missing that fucking world-class striker, you know. Is there anyone else out there for you, Mr. B, that, let's say, you think United would suit for a striker up front? And I won't even say your guy, Tony.
Yeah, I knew that was coming, man. I knew. But well, they all seem to want him, don't they? I mean, a lot of teams want it. You want him. Arsenal want him, don't they? So but you know, the thing is, if he's banned, how the hell are you going to get him anyway? Because we're still waiting on that. You know, if he might get, I think, 6 months or something like that. 6-month ban. So
see, the likes of you guys, like, you've done it with Ericsson, like, you know, just take the chance. You know what I mean? What the fuck do you have to lose? Like, let's say if a player like Tony, you know, if your top clubs, your Arsenal, your Man Uniteds, your Liverpools, whatever, don't take the chance with him, no matter what, he's going to be coming back after, let's say, if he does 6 months, to Brentford, and you're going to probably get another year or two out of him. You know what I mean? Which is a win-win for you guys. Yeah,
don't get me wrong, we love him there and everything, but I mean, it's so stupid what he done with the betting. You know, there is rules. You know, you don't break them, and he has, and I think that was so dumb. But you know, at the end of the day, he's done it, but he's getting us the goals. All I care about is what he's doing on the pitch, man. That's all I care about, and he's getting the goals. You know.
And that leads me on to one thing here, and I 125% agree with exactly what you said there. I don't care about these. Like footballers, let's be honest about it, they're fucking assholes. You know what I mean? Dickheads with a load of money.
Got one brain cell between them,
Exactly. You know what I mean? They have no fucking brain. You know what I mean? But it actually brings me to this sort of point. You've actually sort of reminded me about something. I've seen online there today about William Saliba, and he got a gym done in his fucking house or something like that. Oh, he's staying for a long haul. Right, grand. That's grand. And then you had a few fucking, where is it? Fucking Egypts, right? And they're fucking saying, oh, look at the picture he has in the background. It's of Peaky Blinders. Sell him, quick. Sell him. Sell it. Like, you, honestly, do you care what he thinks, who he is, what he is, whatever? If he's
been immense for you. He's been superb, hasn't he?
This is the thing. There's some fucking clowns out there that think, oh, he likes Peaky Blinders. He's a fucking idiot. No, you're a fucking idiot for even like, going on, just thinking in your stupid fucking head, just going, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to write a comment under the picture that he has of his mates that have put in the gym. Oh, sell him quick, Arsenal. Oh, here. Shut the fuck up, you clown. Do you know what I mean?
You can see what effect it's had without him being there. He's been shit at the back.
100%.
Holding, whatever,
Yeah.
Holding has never been a good defender, let's be honest. Like 2 million from Bolton.
Yeah.
And he sucks, man. He's absolutely shit. How the hell he still plays, I don't know.
Fucking useless. Like, he really is. It's just not good enough. Not good enough at all. And it's it's so frustrating. And Carvajal, that's who I was thinking about.
Yeah, that was it.
Yes. Well done.
I saw that match.
But
he's been a right little fucker, wasn't he, that Carvajal, wasn't he?
But see, would you agree with what I was saying there? Like, you need the type of him to wind the likes of Grealish up or fucking Haaland up. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just fucking, that's what you need to do. You know what I mean? Get under the skin. If you get under anyone's skin, they cannot concentrate on the work they have to do. If it's working, packing shelves or fucking packing boxes or building a wall or whatever. If someone wrecks your head, you cannot do the job right. I don't care what you say, because if you're a human being, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But Rob Holding was probably there asking fucking Haaland for what shampoo and conditioner he fucking uses. Do you know what I mean? See his fucking hair around again, I'll lose the plot.
Haaland don't need to go to his clinic. He don't need to go to his surgery, does he? For his hair, he's got it already, mate. He don't need that.
Hold on, by the way, Paul Holding, Jeremy Paul Holding. I'm seeing Paul Robinson here. Rob Holding.
Paul Holding, who's that?
Drop me a DM, I might look for the old long hair next. I think I'll go that way, yeah. I like a Grealish.
It's good though, mate. But for the likes of us, it's so expensive, that sort of thing, isn't it?
Oh, fucking right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
We all went for it. Bloody footballers, it's fine, They pay fucking earth for
it. Paul is saying, always positive, but Rob Holding is not up to the mark. Yes, Paul, you're even saying that. Paul's a great guy. He's a positive guy all the time. But I would have liked to see that Kiora in instead of Rob Holding, and it would have been seeing what it was like. Sorry, what did you say?
Kirior, his name.
Yeah, Kirior. I just call him Kiora. You know what I mean? Fuck him. I don't care.
Not a drink, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I'm sure he doesn't look at my show, and I don't give a bollocks about him. Just once he's fucking playing well for us. Carl Rossi says, this modern day mentality is fucking loser mentality. I finished second in a hurling tournament with my primary school years ago. Any guesses where my silver medal went? Yeah, Jamino, come here. I won a fucking tournament, all right? And do you know where my fucking medal is? It's on top of me bleeding mantelpiece. It's exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah, I probably bet you. I don't know. I'm only messing, Jamino. People need called out. Yeah, there's a lot of, AFT, for example, Niall, like, you know what I mean?
Earlier on.
qualifying for the Champions League or fuck off. Like, what? This is driven out of them, as I said, right? And I'm actually gonna I'm gonna say this, right? Smash the likes, by the way, will you? Like, I've seen them coming out of the executive box. This is why I run after them. You know what I mean? When I'm at the stadium, run after them and fucking boom in front of their face and get the camera on them. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit.
Kiss arses, man. Kiss arses. A lot of them, you know?
This is the fucking thing. When they come down out of the executive boxes and you see them coming out of the fucking thing, and then all people running over, Robbie, Don, he wouldn't don me balls. You know what I mean? Seriously. Okay. You know? And another thing as well.
As far as I'm concerned, man, they're frauds. IFTV. As far as I'm concerned.
Full of fucking shit. You know what I mean? And like, there's a few of them, like, I've talked to, like, privately, face to face. You know what I mean? Without a camera on them. And like, you know, I won't mention names, but they fucking are frauds. You know what I mean? And they are in it for that. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because who gets executive boxes when, let's say, at a game? I was at the Liverpool Arsenal game in the Emirates. There's not many people could get tickets. I got tickets. I was lucky to get tickets. Now, I paid through the fucking roof for them, but I got tickets. But, like, these guys are fucking swanning down then from the executive boxes, the club, fucking executive club. Who the fuck gets tickets for them? How much are they? Well, guess what? They don't pay for them anyway. You know what I mean? So they drive everything that Arsenal want them to drive. You know what I mean? So this is all Champions League qualification. Well, we didn't think we were going to get here last year. That's fucking Swiss.
Well, when you finish second or third, sorry, Dale, I know you want to carry on with this, but when you finish second or third, they're going to say, well, top four was the target, wasn't it? That's what you were trying to achieve. It's just top four.
Yeah.
Not trying to win the Premiership, was it?
Yeah.
You'd get all that, wouldn't you? And we've achieved it. You've achieved top four. You got second or third. Yeah, but you're going for the Premiership, for fuck's sake, you know?
Exactly, because, like, as I said earlier on, we were there. We were there and fucking, we were on the dance floor, as I say. You know what I mean? But next thing you're on the dance floor, there's loads of women around, and next thing you just decide, oh, well, I'm happy I got on the dance floor. You're in your body. You're going to be going home with a sweetheart under your arm going, what's the crack? Bag of chips on me. Happy days.
That's the result,
you know what I mean? Yeah. But no, these boys have to be on the dance floor. Not me. I go all the way. You know, Akers here. Arteta knows. Sorry, I'm just trying to pour me stout here. I'm not even giving them a shout out.
You got Guinness there, man. Guinness.
Yeah. Arteta knows that he going to be schooled in Champions League next season. Yeah. For you, Mr. B, Champions League. What do you make of it? Is this going to be a good thing for Arsenal? Is it going to take our eye off the ball? So with the Champions League, where are you picturing us coming next season?
Oh, well, to be honest, Dale, I think you're fucked there, mate, because I think, you know, in the Champions League, you're just going to get screwed all the time. They're going to wallop you all the time, these teams, aren't they? The old Bayerns and Juventus and whoever is in it, isn't it? Borussia and all these other teams, big teams, you know, Real Madrid, whatever, you know. You're just going to get walloped, aren't you, all the time?
Yeah. See, this is the thing, like, you know, that sort of scares me. Like, you know, if, like, we got out of every competition, you know, what was it, early doors in January or something like that. So we've had, like, one game a week from, was it January, February or something like that, whatever, like, you know, but a long time compared to City. City's, it was, I forget where they went in the Carling Cup, but, like, you know, the FA Cup, they're in the final, Champions League, semi-finals, League, you know what I mean? And all these games that they've been playing, and they've been well able to hold their own. We are not going to be able to hold our own.
Squad, aren't they? Look at all the talent they've got, isn't it, on the bench compared to yours, you know? Yeah. Well, you got Nketiah and whatever on the bench. That's nothing, is it? You know, who else you got there? Nelson. Oh, he ain't a bad player, but you know, when you look at their bench, they got the likes of Mahrez. They got who else? They got
Phil Foden. You know,
Foden. Foden.
Yeah, Phil Foden. Fucking you name it. This was it Gundy. Well, like Gundigan's a starter. Sorry, I'm just trying to fucking
Yeah,
think
yeah,
off the top of my head. There's so fucking many of them. Who
yeah,
else?
man.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? I
Limitless,
can't
isn't it?
fucking think. But like, what a squad they have! It's fucking unreal. Like Mahrez, like he walks into any team in the Premier League,
Yeah,
any fucking
yeah.
team. You know
He's
what I
getting
mean?
the Arsenal team, wasn't he? Just like that. So
Yeah, oh, Jesus walks in it. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Carl Rossi, Arsenal Football Club, the only club in the world in need of a squad overhaul every single fucking window.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Have you seen Caicedo's been linked again? Have you seen that, Dale?
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't really look at transfer fucking links until probably the end of the season. Like, but has he?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Is that
yeah, yeah.
I believe in
Apparently,
the
they said bid over 70 million. You've got him. They said basically.
Wow. Well, look, it's what you're going to have to pay. You know what I mean? This season for a midfielder, it's going to be you're going to be talking 70 plus million. And the
Yeah,
reason why I'm
yeah,
saying that is because Liverpool are going to be looking. So every
yeah.
team every midfielder that you're after, the club is got. Well, if it's me, if I'm running a club, I'm going to say, let's say Arsenal, let's say in for Casado. Oh, are you? Yeah. Well, Liverpool are in for them as well. So it's a bid more between yourself and Liverpool. So whoever comes out
Yeah.
with the best money, we'll sell them. That's all you have to do, pounds, and that's what will happen to a few clubs. Like, you know what I mean? That will be after. The whole Declan Rice thing. What do you guys make of that? Everyone in the chat, by the way. What do you make of Declan Rice? Hold on. First of all, I love this name. One of my favourite shows ever.
So I
Father
was
Ted
saying,
Trilly. What's the crack,
yeah.
Dale? What's the crack, Father? I hope you're well. I fucking love you.
Oh, Ted Trilly. Oh, good. I love that show, Father Ted, though. That was so
Ah,
funny, man.
it's fucking quality. I probably know
Yeah.
all the fucking shows off by heart. I was only watching there about 2 weeks ago, where Dougal was on the milk flow, and it was
Oh,
the Bob
yeah.
on the milk flow.
Drink! That guy used to
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
drink! Drink!
But yeah, Mr. B, what do you reckon, anyway, Declan Rice? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think he'd be a great player, a great signing for you, Dale. But I don't know, is he definitely coming? I mean, they kept saying, "Oh, he's promised he's going to come," and there's like a promise there, like almost a handshake. But I thought, well, it's not actually a deal, is it? It's not actually a signed, sealed, delivered
Yeah,
sort of deal,
right.
is it? So, but why is he picking you over, say, like Real Madrid? If Real Madrid coming for him, I'd go Real Madrid, wouldn't you? At the
Yeah,
end of the day.
100% all day long. You know what I mean? It's see the thing about it is, as you said, I'm sure over the future, sure Mbappe, Wenger, and fucking what you call him, Gazidis were over in Mbappe's mum and
Yeah.
dad's house, and we had the deal done for 100 million, and obviously PSG come in and just blow everything out of the water. See you later. You know what I mean? So you're 100% right. Like, just because someone shakes a hand or waits behind in the dressing room to fucking wear the face off Odegaard and ask him for an autograph does not mean that he's going to sign for your club. You know what I mean? As we said earlier on, these football players are just fucking numpties. You know what I mean? They just bleed.
Yeah,
They look for money. That's what they look for. You know what I mean? And fair enough, their career is short. They want to make their family rich and comfortable for the rest of their life.
Quick buck all the time, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this, hold on. Oh, but he loves Arsenal. He kissed the badger when he was younger. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Harry Kane wore the jersey for fucking many years. He supported Arsenal. Doesn't mean he's going to sign for Arsenal. You know what I mean?
Was it the youth team he played as well, Harry Kane? Was it in the youth team for Arsenal, whatever?
Yeah.
Was he
He was in the youth team. Big fat fucking head in him. Did you ever see the pictures?
No, man. No, I never see it. No.
Yeah, I'll try and get it up here
I'll have to see that, fella, man. I'll have to see that. Definitely, fella. I've got to see that.
Yeah. Carl Rossi. Carl Rossi, it's yourself. Hope you're well. Good man, Father. I love that name.
Yeah.
I might actually change my name. Father Del Boy Gunner TV.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm just trying to catch up. Look, all the lads just getting stuck into the Father Ted. Fucking brilliant. The Chinese grey out bunch.
Man.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You let them do you let Dougal do a funeral. I could be here all bleeding night fucking doing cat raises with them. I can't even stomach those 3 games. I'm still numb from them. Yeah, exactly. You know, the whole the Southampton, Liverpool, West Ham game. We'll probably look back at the end of the season, and I will be doing a sort of a season review on what has happened, and I'll get Warren to do up a few slides if he could, and we go through it, like, you know what I mean. And them games are going to haunt a lot of Arsenal fans because Jesus Christ, they'll fucking haunt me for a while, you know. Del Boy, you using that Guinness Nitro Surge, it's class. Yes, I'm telling you, it's a game changer, mate. It's a fucking game changer. Let's read out a few more. As soon as we dropped points to Everton, Brentford, and City, I knew the league was done. Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't think. I thought we were still there, Jamino. I thought we were still there. The Everton game, I thought, was a bump in the road. Brentford, after the City one, I knew it was done. Did you honestly ever think, Mr. B, that we could win the league? Was there a stage where you said, probably after the Bournemouth game where we were losing and come back and was a 3-2, we won? Did you think, okay, Arsenal, let's take them serious?
Yeah, I did, Dale, to be honest. At one stage I thought, you got it, you're strolling it, mate, in cruise mode there. And then, you just sort of just let it go. I think a lot of it is down to Arteta. I think you got to blame him, haven't you? Because basically a lot of his tactics, a lot of his stubbornness, his arrogance to keep doing this inverted shit and with Zinchenko and that. He's not a left back. He's a midfielder. I mean, you got Tierney, perfectly great left back, magnificent player. How the fuck you're letting him go, I don't know. And then, he could be going to Newcastle. So, at the end of the day, he should be there at left back. You can play them all. You can still play Zinchenko midfield. Just get it at the back. It's not rocket science, man. You should be doing it, man.
It's like, even before Zinchenko signed for Arsenal, I remember I actually seen him. I was in the Aviva Stadium in Dublin when Ireland were playing Ukraine. And I seen him, and he was actually playing midfield. He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable in midfield. And I was just there when we signed him. I was there, well, Tierney's going to be left back. So he's not going to start them left back. And I was there thinking, this time last year, when I was there, Xhaka didn't play well at all the season previous. And I was there, lovely. This is a replacement for Xhaka. It's not a replacement for Tierney. And then when he started putting him in there, I was there, like, play the two of them together. I don't know, we can't see it now this season, and we probably never will see it because Zinchenko's out for the rest of the season. But I would have loved to see Tierney on the left and Zinchenko in that sort of midfield pocket. I would have loved to see it. I'm sure it would have been fucking brilliant because he's not a defender.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Like, really? The whole, who was at fault for the goal for Liverpool? It was Zinchenko. You know what I mean?
He was out of position or wherever again, wasn't he? Yeah.
There you go. You know what I mean? It's frustrating because I would have loved him to seen it. But I don't think we're going to see it because I think Tierney's gone in the summer. I can't blame him. And like he says there, I'm hoping it's not Newcastle because you are actually strengthening a rival.
Exactly, yeah. They'll be even better next year. Even better then, wouldn't they?
Yeah. He'd be... See, the new club that's going to get him, they're going to get a serious baller who's hungry to play and hungry to prove himself again, that he's a winner, that he is a top-class player.
I think we know that. You see him. He's typical Scotty, isn't he? He wants it. He's got the fight. He's got the aggression. He runs through bloody anything, mate. Cement, steel, whatever. He runs through it all. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you want that fight. But obviously Arteta wants something else, and I think that Zinchenko can't deliver it, as far as I'm concerned. So
I
don't know.
I'll read this out, Jamino. Do you think the thoughts of playing Man City gets to Arteta and the squad's nerves? Both times which we had to play Man City, we went on poor runs of form before it. Is it a nervous or a coincidence? No, Jamino, I know the answer to this, right? It's the nerves are gone on him. And the reason why I say this is because it's like did you ever, let's say, have an old boss you used to work for, and anytime then, let's say you've left the company or whatever, and you've gone on, and you've probably met him outside, or you've met him on the street, or you've met him in the pub, and you see him, you still sort of treat him. You still sort of treat him as the boss. You know what I mean? So I think that Arteta is nearly. He has so much respect for Pep. He doesn't want to. Oh, does he want to beat him? You know, I'm too nervous to beat him. What would the conversation be after the game? You know, compared to the Klopp sort of incident where he was starting on Klopp, he was giving out to Klopp. You know, that's my thought. I don't know what's your guys. What do you make of Mr. B?
Yeah, well, the thing is as well, that thing at obviously at Anfield with Liverpool, that incited the fans. What Xhaka was doing, you know, fucking got them going, didn't it? And then it changed it all. We got the fact, you know, the fans were silent. He'd silenced them, and then he got them going again.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I was watching that game with a few mates of mine, and once that started, I just fucking wanted to go home. You know what I mean? Because it was just like, for fuck's sake. And Shaq had done it as well this year with the Anfield was a ghost town. It was a ghost town. We were done. It was 2-0 up. We had them. And then Shaq had goals, and he gets the Anfield crowd woke up. And once you get them waking up, done. Forget about it. You know what I mean? He would love it, man. Fucking legend he is too. I'm not sure what the boys are talking about there. Sorry. Preview. Del, you legend. Thanks a million. Carl, cheers, buddy.
You're a legend, man.
Leave likes up if you're there. If you're new, subscribe. And if you're not, fuck off. I'm only messing.
You suddenly start losing your subscribers there, man.
I'll never make a living from this fucking shite, but I'm just talking shite, so I don't give a fuck. But everyone's entertaining.
Fuck off. Why not?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's what we're here for. A bit of crack, you know. Take it easy.
Man.
Chill out. Get the slippers off. But eventually I got out of his headlock. And now, where are you, Father Eamon Hunter? Working with some chance in the South Seas. Where am I here except in the Golden Moor Cleric? Oh, Jesus Christ. Lenny's taking Ivan Toney off you. He's a United supporter. He takes him all day long. Yeah,
class player. He's been our best player, to be honest, the last few games. But
and he's so calm and cool. Like, you know what I mean? He like playing in Anfield, playing in the Etihad, the Emirates, Old Trafford doesn't faze him. He doesn't give a fuck. And I love players like that. That's the type of player I love. And we have it at Arsenal, by the way. Trossard, he doesn't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Right, he's at Anfield, he bangs 3 in. Doesn't care. I don't care, Anfield. It's great.
Yeah, Trossard's a class player, you know. You just don't want to play him. I don't know what it is. He don't like ballers, I think. I think Arteta don't like ballers for some reason.
I'm going to say this now. I think this time next year, if he's treating them the way he is treating them now, he'd be like Kieran Tierney and he'll want to leave Arsenal. And there won't be a shortage of clubs looking for him. He'll be all over, like all clubs in the Premier League and in Europe will be all over him, big time.
Yeah, we'll take him at Brentford, mate.
Exactly. 100%. Yeah. By the way, this youth project is a whole load of cow shit. Brighton's youth project took them from relegation battle to challenging for Europe. Now, that's what I call a youth project. Jamino, you're 50% right, and you need to talk to Brentford as well because they're the exact same thing. The exact same thing. I've done my homework on the both clubs, and I know what way that they are run. Brentford, let me see. Brighton, first of all, I forget your man's name, the owner of the club. He runs a company and their statistics. That's what they deal in. Okay, so it's like Moneyball. You know what I mean? That the film with Brad Pitt in it, Moneyball. They look for the stats and all this stuff. So the fella who owns Brighton, his right hand man separated from the company, went and he bought Brentford, and he done the exact same. He started his company, statistic company, exactly the same, and that's why Brentford are the exact same as Brighton. That's a
How do
fact.
you know this, Dale? You're actually a Brentford fan as well, mate. And, you
Well,
know,
yeah.
disguise yourself in secret. You
Del
actually
Boy
thought I please,
BCE.
mate.
No, come here, mate. All I just do is, like, you know what I mean? You just look at the facts, look at the real news,
Yeah,
do your own study, like, you know what I mean? Don't be looking at fucking all these media shite, like, you know what I mean? And just educate yourself. That's what it's about.
of
So I
course.
was just, I'm very
Yeah.
interested in the way that you guys have come up and stuff like that. And the same with Brentford. And I was just there, like, well, how the hell do they do it? Like, you know what I mean? It's absolutely phenomenal. And I looked into it and I just educated myself. And that's, am I right in what I'm saying?
Yeah, you are, Dale. Yeah, exactly. Spot on, mate. Spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's great, and it's great to see. Like, I want the likes of you guys, Brentford and Brighton, to get into Europe. I'd love to see you guys in Europe because I think the shithousery from your clubs would just fucking turn Europe upside down. I really do. I think Brentford and Brighton would actually probably go further than Arsenal in the Champions League, given the time and the money to set it all up. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, we're going, come on, Madrid, bring him on. Bring Madrid on.
Come
Let's fuck
on,
him up. Yeah.
let's go. Exactly, yeah. You know?
Let's fuck him right up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
Wonder if Spursy will be Spursy and have a season-ending parade.
They've already had it, haven't they? That's already happened.
Yeah, they already had it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Callum Rossi, I want to do sacked before Arteta. We as a club are finally spending money, and it's fucking wasted. Get him out. Look, Carl. I look. We said this last season with the what you call. I can't even think of your man. The Brazilian fella who signed for us. We should have gotten free, and we gave them 3 million. Marquinhos. That's the fucking name. Yeah. You know what I mean? Disgraceful. You know what I mean? I just he just seems to be here to fucking fund his fucking leather fucking speedos. You know what I mean? It's an absolute joke.
And whatever,
yeah. You know. If Tony moves to a big club, he won't get a suspension for the betting. If he stays at Brentford, he probably will. I'm sorry to say it. Oh,
well,
swinging.
I think right, yeah.
What do you think of that?
Right there. Well, I think if somebody wants to spend a load of money on him, we'll take it. But you know, if we can get a few more other players and replace him, yeah, why not? But you know, who's going to come in and do the job he's done? That's the thing, you know.
No, but see, the thing about it is, mate, I think, like, see the way Brighton do it, I think you guys do the exact same. You guys are, like, it's only left in the morning. I'd say give you guys the end of, the middle of the summer, you should have a replacement for him. I honestly believe
We're still after, what's that guy, Ross Stewart from, not Rod Stewart, but Ross Stewart from Sunderland. Some people think we're going for Rod Stewart, and I thought, well, I don't think he'll be able to play for us. I mean, I think he's a bit old now, and he's a singer, really. So, but no, we're after him. We're after him from Sunderland, Ross Stewart. So, it might still happen. So, we got all that money, you know. I'm sure we can get him. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For every 10,000 Arsenal fans, there's one Miobi acting as their brain. Yeah.
Amoeba. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. I am always run-ins with deluded mugs on Twitter, Del. Yeah, do you know what? I was as well, Ryan. You know, and it's frustrating to say the least. But I just now sort of. I have to turn off I just fucking skip by them because they fucking do me head in. Now me as a YouTube channel, and I'm not fucking popular or any shite like that. Like, I'm not saying that, but a few of them come at me, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh, here, I could either fucking spend the bleeding half an hour absolutely schooling them, or why should I give them free education? You know what I mean?
Waste your time on them, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But look, come here, Ryan. I'm in the same boat as you, mate. There's only so much you can do. But smash the bleeding likes out of it, please, people, if you don't mind. The fact that holding costs the same amount as money as millions bottles of Lucozade is a crime in itself. Yeah, I love the drink. I'm always drinking it. You know, a sexual single-celled orgasm. Slaughter. Well, oh, jeez. Get onto these. Have any old Sheridan's cheese lately, Del? I actually haven't. No, jeez, I might get some the weekend. Might get some Saturday evening actually.
I've never
And
heard
now
of
you
that.
have it because it's a cheese company in Ireland.
Oh,
They
right,
do absolutely fucking. Here, I'm plugging them here. I will plug them. Like, absolutely fucking fantastic cheese. I love.
Oh,
I
lovely, is it?
what I
See?
usually do is if I'm in my bar and let's say there's a fight or something on, I get a few I'll get a few stouts in and I'd get a bit of this cheese and fucking goes nice with it.
Put it on a nice bit of bread, crusty bread or whatever.
All day long, mate, all day long.
Yeah,
and for context, you could buy 100 million bombs down the local corner shop for the same amount that we pay for Rob Holding. Yeah, I'd rather have a fucking packet of bombs than Rob Holding.
Oh, man.
Del boy, what's the frecking crack? What's the crack? Jesus Christ. I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a hug, Chris. Jesus.
Oh, poor Chris.
Not looking good for the
Foxes. Could go down, man. They could go down, couldn't they?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, right? My young fella, Zach, he called him. He said it to me ages ago. He goes, Dad, I think Leicester are going to go down. I think they're in trouble. I'm not sure what games they have left. I was only talking to a fella the other day, and it's not looking good for them. I think they have one game this week that it's a must-win game.
I'm trying to think who it is they're playing.
Yeah,
can't think of it at the moment.
It's tough for Leicester. Like, you know what I mean? Such a big club, and like, I do respect Leicester big time. It's not nice to see, but
winning the Premiership and getting relegated, that's shit,
this
man.
Is the thing. 2015 to now.
Yeah, man. I'd hate that. Who was the last team that done? Leeds done that, didn't they? They won the Premiership and went down. So
yeah, they won. It was the last all league format, and then they went down.
Oh, right,
Just jump out. Finish in the top 4 should be the bare minimum for a club that's the size of Arsenal. Would you take that? Like, would you like? Should Arsenal Is it the bare minimum for them?
Well, really, when you're going for a Premiership, man, you use top for so long. Finishing the top 4, he's like second prize, isn't it? Well, it's finishing last. So, but I mean, Wenger always said finishing 4th is a trophy, but that's fucking bollocks, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's not, is it? You win fuck all. You get in Champions League or whatever, but that's it. So, so I would say no. You're top, you're going for the Premiership, you go all the way and win it. At the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? But see, the thing about it is, it's this fan base. Like, you know what I mean? They let the club away with so much. It's frustrating. People chatting shit about second is a trophy and a success. Like, Ryan, I'm the exact same, mate. I don't understand that. Like, second position, like, you should be fucking gutted you didn't win it.
Exactly, yeah.
But like, I can't, like, for me, I'm not sure if it was Ryan that said it or one of the boys said it there, like, that it's friendlies from this is the way I felt. Like, after the Man City game, I physically could not do the fan cam calling. That's how fucking sick I was. That's how sick I was. I says, I cannot do it. I fucking can't. I don't have the motivation or the fucking end. And it's nothing against anyone of you guys in the chat or anyone like that. I'm fucking gutted. And now, till the end of the season, it's friendlies. It's fucking nothing. This is the thing. It's fucking sickening. It hurts me.
You're in the gutter, man. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, of course.
And as I said, did you see the Kyle Walsh video I put up?
No, I don't think I did. Okay. Was that quite a recent one? Was it the recent one?
Just go into my channel and go to videos, and it's probably one of the last ones. And I'm fucking telling you now, you'll see passion. Check it out.
Anything with Carly, he's going nuts. If he's like a volcano again, then I've got to check it out, man.
I don't know how he didn't blow the roof off his fucking house, and I'm not fucking joking with you. Seriously. I can't.
God, man. I've got to look at that. I've got to check that out.
He's from Kilkenny. I think he fucking heard him. Yeah, don't bother even trying to talk to that cut. Excuse me, after games. Yeah, I know. You know who you're talking about. Yeah, exactly, mate. You know what I mean? I fucking probably shouldn't, but it's so frustrating when you see him and you're just fucking hell. Robbie, don't give a shit about the fans. It's all about him making money and spreading their agenda to the blue masses. That's it.
Spot on, man. Flip that. That's correct, 100%.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Carlos Fax, man, you could put an empty muck cover school bag in a defence and it'd still do a better job at learning the offside trap. Come here. Do you know what the thing about it is? Like, I'm training me young fellas. I'm the manager of the under-11s team. Next season, we're going into under-12s, and I'm trying to teach them the offside rule. They all know what the offside rule is. Yeah. But it's just trying to get the fucking, it's hard. I know, but adults teaching it, nah, mate, you just fucking.
Enough with VAR fucking it up, let alone anyone else, isn't it?
Yeah,
VAR don't get it right, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was trying to get tickets for Brighton, no chance. Yeah, come here. I've been trying for a few mates to try and get a few tickets here and there. Not having any fucking luck. Now, who the fuck am I? Like, you know what I mean? But I haven't had any luck. Mr. B, question for you, mate. What are thoughts on Brentford's season?
Ryan, right. Yeah, cheers, man. I'll try and see if I can get it all in one sort of short comment. I can't even speak, man. I'm not even on the Guinness.
You're drinking too many Guinness, are you?
Yeah, no, man. No, I'm not even on it, man. I'm not no, but the thoughts. I've enjoyed it. It's been great. It's been an absolute ride again on like a roller coaster for us. And we're in the best league in the world. Well, one of the best leagues. So we're in it, man, and we're in it for another season by the looks of it, comfortably. So anything is a bonus for us. Europe or whatever. Whatever we do is a total bonus. So, looking forward to the season already. So,
even just to add on to that, like I remember, I think it was myself and Kyle done a show when the fixtures were released. It was in the summertime last summer. Like, me and Kyle done a show, and we were sort of like, where would Arsenal finish and stuff like this, and where would whatever. And I remember I kept on slating Brentford. And I remember you kept putting comments in, and I was there, Brentford are getting relegated and stuff like this. But that's how much it surprised me. But to me, Brentford now have established themselves as a Premier League club in my eyes. They're like they're probably like Wolves or like, of recently. Like, they'll always just get in. They're safe. They're not going to be relegated or, for a few seasons anyway, unless they have a drastic change. But did you fear relegation at all this season?
Maybe at one stage, Del, but I mean, at the moment it's all looking great, and we're in the top 10, and we don't look like we're going to go anywhere else. So we're happy with this, and long may it continue, really. And we got a top manager, Thomas Frank. He's a great manager,
super
Frank,
absolutely class. Like, you know what I mean? It's there was links with him with Spurs and stuff like that. Did you think there was a chance he'd turn the eye? I think it'd be crazy going there, honestly.
Yeah. Well, they're fuck Spurs, aren't they? So why would he want to go there? Let's be honest. Yeah. I mean, they're in shit street there. So
I think with a club like Brentford and maybe other clubs like, that are doing, let's say, punching above their own weight, they should be looking at the Potter thing when Potter went to Chelsea and just go, right, you can go to a big club, but by Jesus, you hit the ground running or you're done. Like, Potter now was the worst manager in England, whereas he's not. You know what I mean? Like, from the day he walked into Chelsea, he was up against it. He was getting thrown players that he probably didn't want at all. Let's be honest about it. The Mudryk fella, play him. Oh, we spent all this money. He's on this much wages. You play him now. And you're just there like, well, he doesn't fit into my plans. I don't want to play him. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get the balance. And I felt sorry for Potter. And I think the next club he goes to, he's going to pull up roots and trees and everything like it, and he'd do a great job.
Well, his face didn't fit there in the end, did it, Chelsea? He had all these big players, big egos, and he didn't know how to manage them at the end of the day. So he didn't have it at Brighton, did he? He didn't have that there, did he? So
this is it. Like, you know, but if Frank, if he left to go to Spurs, you are taking Potter all day long.
Yeah. Well, of course, yeah.
Like, do you know what I
He's
mean?
still a good manager. You don't become a bad manager overnight, Potter, you know, just because what he done at Chelsea. So
Exactly.
he's still a great manager, but, you know, that team didn't fit him, did it? At the end of the day, Chelsea, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He probably should have stayed at Brighton, to be honest. If he really thought about it, he would have stayed there, wouldn't he? You know, really, rather than taking the big money and being a flop.
See, what happened was, like a few seasons ago, I think Brendan Rodgers, before he went to, I think it was before he went to Celtic, he was linked with the Chelsea job, and he just basically turned around and he just goes, I want to further my career. I don't want to end it. And he was at Chelsea years ago as a youth coach. You know what I mean? And he even knew that it's a poison chalice. Like you're season 2, maybe max. And if you win an FA Cup, it's still not good enough to get you places. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sorry, I'll just read out there. Dale Murphy's Beamish is better than Guinness. Do you know what? I have to try. I think I've tried both of them, but I know I was fairly well on when I had Murphy's. I was down in Cork at a stag do, well on, so I can't remember what it tastes like, being honest.
Yeah, I read Murphy's. That's quite nice.
I do hear that, but yeah, look, come here. I might actually get it the weekend. Got to run now, Del. Take care, Del boy, Mr. B, and everyone in the chat. Take care, Jamino. I'm just trying to catch up with a few of these comments here. There's loads of them here I have to read out. According to top journals, Champions League qualification guarantees attracting top players only. Therefore, I expect to reach the final and compete for the league, and that on that basis. Well, exactly it. But like, you know what I mean? It's me and you, Carl, and Mr. B, and everyone else in the chat know it's the money. It's the money talks. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. Look at Ozil coming to us, for example. He came for the money. You know. Before I leave, I'm just gonna say one more thing. We will be destroyed in the Champions League. Arteta will yet again prove that he has the tactical understanding of a homeschooled goblin. That sums it up.
Yeah.
That sums it right up, mate. Take care, yeah, always getting linked to 100 players every window, never getting anyone. Yeah, remember Kim Karlström, the man who broke his back and we got signed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Question for the chat. Do you think Declan Rice will be a gunner come the summer? Quick one, Mr. B, do you?
One stage I thought so, but I actually don't think he will be now. No.
Yeah, for me, no chance, says Carl. Dale, do you want to sign him? I don't want Declan Rice near the club. I'm not into his shittery and his waiting behind, signing autographs, players.
I'd go for Caicedo. I would.
I said it last season, and oh God, Dale, you're supporting this in Basuma. That's who I wanted. He doesn't go. It's like a player does not turn shit overnight. He just hasn't been given a chance at Spurs. You know what I mean? I think the midfield position is going to be really, really hard to sign a player this season because of the simple fact that Liverpool are going to be after players. God knows what other club. I think Newcastle may be after a few midfielders as well. There you have it.
We've got a lot of talent there, and they got McAllister, Mitoma. You know, I mean,
what a player! You know,
class there, man. You know.
Yeah, Speed 3 Acres is talking about the father Ted, the bus. He gave Arteta his word. Oh, Jesus. These fans honestly sound like 5-year-olds. Exactly. Yeah. Carl. Oh, but he said he's going to sign for Arsenal. Oh, well, if he said that, don't worry. Every other club, don't bother coming to, I think Mr. B's after doing a legger or what, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, you know, come on, people. Like, you know what I mean? There's fucking ages out there. Rice's bang average, nowhere near 120 million. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, Calvin Phillips doesn't even get a look in at Man City. You know what I mean? And Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice at the time when they were in England and all, they're the best pair of midfielders in the world. You know what I mean? Phillips goes to Man City, can't even get on the bench. Need I say more? Fat fucking head on him. Del, you're killing me. Yeah. We're talking about Harry Payne there. Declan Rice is no Jude Bellingham or Victor Osimhen. Now is he? Yeah, exactly, Craig. Exactly, brother. There he is in the chat. Evening, Del Boy, just tuned in. Arsenal forever and get these ass clowns out of our club. Julian and co. Exactly, mate. And earlier on, yeah, I would have been talking about a lot of them fools, all right. You know what I mean? I don't know why I waste me energy with them. Dropping points at Anfield did me in for belief. Yeah, so we're just talking about earlier on of where did the league is finished, done and dusted. Carl is just saying after the Anfield. Yeah, I remember, and I was sitting with me Liverpool mates watching that game. I was giving it bleeding Billy Big Balls when we were 2-0 up. I thought, that's it. We can't lose this. Like, you know, we're winning it. That's what I was in my head. No. And I think I had a lot of baby Guinness after that. Trust me. Looking back, the minute we bottled Anfield was the turning point for me. Geez, yeah, Anfield for you. Geez, I remember Kyle was saying that a lot to me. He was fucking going mad after that game and saying that it was done. I thought, no, we still have to go to the Etihad. We'll get a result there. And I thought, we're back on the track. But no, we didn't even show up. I don't think the B team even showed up for that game. Zenka's a fake, needs to go. He has caused so many problems in the team. Yeah, trying to fit him in wrecks my head. Why are we trying to fit him in? What does he have over Arteta? You know what I mean? This is the thing that I'm asking. Why does he have to play every game? Why? You know what I mean? Like, as I said a few minutes ago, can we not see Tierney on the left and Zinchenko in the Xhaka role on the left defensive midfielder area in that pocket? Why can't we see that? Never see it now because Tierney's gone and Zinchenko is injured for the rest of the season. Carl, Darren, absolutely, man. I was working and had to miss the game. I was jubilant when we went 2-0 up after checking the score and seeing us draw. That did it for me. Yeah, look, lads, use no more than me. You know what I mean? Keep Tierney, sell Xhaka, play Tierney in midfield. Oh, that's a big call. Anyone agree with that? Big call there, mate. Does anyone know how many years left Tierney has in his contract? I'd say it's about 3. I'd say 3 because if you heard there was 2, the media be, he's coming into his last year and bollocks. He's going this summer. Let's be honest about it. And even if he's not signed a new contract as long as Arteta is here because he wants to play football, and he's an honest man. You know what I mean? Let's be honest about it. Smash the feckin' likes. Exactly, Carl. Exactly, mate. Jez Collins, good to see you back, Del Boy. Good man, Jez. Thank you, mate. Thanks a million. Back at it. Back on the horse. Jez Collins, big up. Jez, absolute real one. Exactly. There's a lot of real ones in the house. I'm telling you now, lads. There's a lot of real ones. If people think Lighting is going to strike City twice in 4 games, they need therapy sessions. Exactly, Darren. I don't know if you seen what I was saying earlier on, but we have to Man City to lose and another draw. Like, that would be an absolute what's the word I'm looking for? A fucking miracle, like you know, to happen that they'd lose 2 games even. Like, you know what I mean? It's just I can't see it happening. Maybe it could be a banana skin at Everton, but by Jesus, if they do a job then against Real Madrid, they'd be back on it the following week and slapping everyone up. Like, how many games have they lost? Excuse me. How many games have they lost? Like, you know, they've gone on such an unbeaten run. Like, you know, recently, like, you know, they're unstoppable. The boys just saying hello to each other there. Yeah, all good. Henry, hi Del. Hello, Henry. How are you? Hope you're doing well. There's the man, the legend. Hi, Del Boy. How are you? Warren's Team Talks. What's the crack? Looking forward to your show on Saturday. Can't bleed and wait. I always have it on. Fuck Sky News. Get the Warren Team Talk on the roll. Telling you now, it's an absolute fucking great show. Keep smashing them likes. Likes. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Thanks a million, Carl. Really appreciate it. What's your thoughts on the remainder of the season? What transfers do you want, and who do you want gone from the Gunners? I think Shaq is cooked. Yeah, like, you know, look, he had a great season this season. I'm not saying he hasn't, but there's who's in from Leverkusen is in from. Sell him, get a few quid for him, and put that towards Casado for me. And as answering your question there, Casado, I'd love to see him in. I think he's a great player. I'd like to see a top-class striker. I'm taking Tony all day long. I don't think there's many Arsenal fans that wouldn't take him. I know he has the whole core thing hanging over his head, and that's fair enough. But I don't give a shit about the core thing or anything like that. He scores goals. He doesn't give a shit. Get him. Yeah. Well, I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of it for me. What are you guys thinking? Hi, Darren and Jez. Hope you're well. Exactly. Hi, Jez and Darren. Hope you're well. That's the boys just saying hello to each other. Who do you want in the summer, Dell and Mr. B? Well, Mr. B is gone, but yeah, I'll just say again, Casado for me, definitely. And Tony. Like I said, and I said this in January, I wanted Giroud. You know, he had a great World Cup, to be honest with you. I thought, would he fit back in and the whole this and that? Fuck it, just get him. You know what I mean? They should have. Like, you know, and can you imagine him instead of Eddie and Nketiah that time? Now, he did an okay job, but, you know, yeah, I thought he would have done a good job with his for the 6 months or whatever it is from January to the end of the season. But who else is out there? I'm just that guy, that Napoli guy, that I forget his name. He's up front. He's absolutely quality. He's banging the goals in. I know it's Serie A and all this and that, but still he can score goals. You know, Jesus. I don't think he's a 20+ goal man a season. If you're to win a league, you need a guy who's going to score you 25+ goals to stand the chance of winning the league. That's just my opinion. The boys are all just saying hello to each other here. I'm catching up with the chat. Warren, what about some Brandstoke pickled Dell? Yeah. Leicester v Liverpool. That's who it is. Yeah, tough game for Leicester. They're in trouble. Top 4 Champions League and never win the Champions League. So what trophy exactly is that? Top 4 Champions League and never win the Champions League. So what trophy? See, yeah, exactly. It's the whole Wenger thing. You know what I mean? Oh, top 4 is a trophy and all this. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, let's try and win stuff. Stop. Like, everyone keeps saying to me, oh, I like Arsenal, Dell, and I like Arteta. Oh, you're doing great and you're doing this. I want your team. If you're a Man United supporter, I want you to hate Arsenal. If you're Liverpool, I want you to hate Arsenal because that means we're doing well. We're doing something. You want to beat us because we're winning stuff. Everyone now hates Man City. 10, 20 years ago, no one gave a shit about Man City. Yeah, I like Man City. I don't mind them because we're useless. They're being relegated, ping-ponging up and down and everything like that. You know? But that's the story. Is there a fella here in the chat called Warren? What's the story, man?
Hi, mate. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Thanks for dropping by and saying hello.
No, you're grand, mate. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I can hear you loud and clear. Not a bother.
Good man.
Not a bother. What do you have to say?
With my camera. Sorry, buddy.
No, you're fine. Look, come here. I don't mind once you're coming on, and I always say it to everyone: if you're coming on, just being respectful to other people and not fucking shouting shite out, and we've no problems at all. So
I'll end up getting another yellow card.
Yeah, no, with yellow cards, it's friendly games between now and the end of the season, so you can't receive a yellow card at all, Warren.
No. So,
What's your make? Did you hear the news that Zinchenko and Saliba are out for the rest of the season?
Well, it's going to be a bit of an issue for the defence, isn't it? I mean, I think because I don't think it matters really in terms of Zinchenko because Kieran Tierney will play there, but the problem is he's going to make Kieran Tierney play inverted. So it's not really going to solve anything. It's still going to have the same problem because he's still going to set the team up exactly the same way. The big issue for me is William Saliba.
Yeah.
Because that means we've got to go with Mr. Holding in the defence. And then what's going to happen if we lose Gabriel? Because I heard that Gabriel before the last game, he was struggling with an injury, and it looked like he might not play. So if he goes as well, that means we'll have to play that Kiora or whatever his name is, at the back with Rob Holding, and that's going to be a problem.
Like for you, right? And I don't know if you heard earlier on, I was talking to Mr. B about it. The whole, like, surely Arteta and the coaching staff, they knew Kiora's, and I'm calling him Kiora. I know his whatever his fucking name is. I call him Kiora, but like they all know his talents, what he can and he can't do. That's why they signed him. Why was he not playing over Rob Holding? Everyone knows what Rob Holding can't do. Do you know what I mean? Why was he not put in for these the Man City games, the Liverpool games, or the games that Saliba has missed? Because he had a great job. He done a great job against Newcastle and the other few games he's played.
Del, I thought it might be because they thought he wasn't experienced enough for the Premier League. But the fella's been playing like professional football for a good while. So, you know, I just don't understand why we didn't go. I mean, because for me, he's one for the future. I don't think he's ready yet. But I don't understand why we didn't go out, and I think we still need to do it in the summer. We need 2 centre backs.
Yeah,
You know, good centre backs, Premier League proven ones. You know, like someone like Dunk from Brighton, or someone who's going to be happy to play in a team that's in the Champions League, but just like be a squad player and come in as and when required.
but like,
you know, because I think we're going to struggle to get someone who's used to playing regular first team football in a Champions League side to come and be a backup. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I suppose that, like, I'd probably go with, look, you sell Rob Holding, you have Saliba, you have Gabriel, and then maybe get a Rob Holding replacement. Like, surely there should be a youth player even in Arsenal, or the scouts have already like know who they're getting. You know what I mean? Because this work should have been done last season. I think most non-deluded Arsenal fans knew that we needed another centre back because no one wanted to see Rob Holding. And that's nothing against Rob Holding. I mean, it's just a football and comment. You know,
It's not good enough though. I mean, the thing is that it should have been done last time, but you know, it wasn't. And as far as the youth team, why haven't we got players coming up through the ranks? You know, why haven't we got players knocking on the door? Like when Emery was here, we had Saka coming to the team. We had Emil Smith-Rowe coming to the team. You know, where's the defenders that are coming up? I heard I don't know if it's true, but I heard the other day that Arsenal were going to sack the whole youth team.
why would that be like?
Like,
why would that be like? You know what I mean? Like, who's making that decision? Is it Edu? Would it be Edu that's making that decision if it was true?
Oh, God knows. I don't know. But it's just, I find it extremely worrying. I mean, because, as you know, I can remember back in the day, Arsenal, we were always bringing young kids up through the ranks. I mean, perfect example is your mate, Liam. He came up through the ranks. He came into the team from the youth team. You know, we had Martin Hayes, David Rocastle, Paul Davis, Michael Thomas. You know, the the list is Noel Quinn. This list goes on and on and on. They've always been a team that brings players up through the youth team. And like top quality ones as well. So I don't understand why there's not more investment being made into developing the youth.
But like, see, the thing about it is, we all know that, I personally think, and I've been sort of, hand out, sort of relax a minute. But when Liam Brady left the youth setup, and he would have been heavily involved with the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka coming through, like when he left that role, I was a bit concerned.
Yeah, but why did he? Do you know why he left? I mean, you don't have to say, obviously, on camera, but I just want to know if you know why it was.
Like, people say because maybe the game has changed. I think it was like everything else with the whole Wenger and a lot of the coaching staff who had left. They were sort of pushed, because of the whole Kroenke thing, because they want to put it their own way and get rid of the people, the old, the old hardcore Arsenal, and turn it into this fucking, bullshit, bullshit team and stuff like that you have today. Corporation is the word I was looking for, sort of put it like that.
Outlet.
Yeah, and the likes of Liam Brady in the back would not stand for that at all.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree, and he's right to, because, and not only that, he's probably sat there because he, if he's not retirement age, he must be pretty close to it. Probably sitting there thinking, I really don't need this at my time of life. I should be like winding down and, getting ready to put my feet up. I don't need all this crap.
Yeah. And see, the thing, even with Brady, people think he's just gone, he's retired and stuff like that. He actually hasn't. Like, he's on Irish television commentating. He was actually on the Champions League, the Man City, Real Madrid during the week, and he was doing the analysis after the game of that. Like, you know what I mean? He's still as sharp as anything. Like, you know what I mean? He could tell you lots of things. I'm just going to read out a few more of these chats here. Darren, I'm hoping to attend home Champions League games near Arteta next season and commenting on his tactical notes. I'd love to hear that. Go on, Darren Young. You tell him, mate. You tell him. I'm sure he'd probably nearly be listening to you then. By the end of the game, mate, Milanic Savic is the man. That's yes. Arteta gets battered by Bayern to Rome. Mikel gets battered. Champions League at home. Champions League at home. I'm not singing again. Keep hitting those likes. Yes, Jamino. Thanks a million, mate. Thank you. Can't hope Del Mayor honours is a must. Thank you, Brucey. Hope you're doing well, pal. Hope you're doing well. As Kyle wanted a shotgun. Yeah, I thought. Warren, did you see the video of Kyle discussing the Arsenal Man City game?
I did see him giving his views about it. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It, for me, that was Carl Walsh in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I remember years ago, I used to get like that as well. Like, people used to be able to hear me screaming like 3-4 doors down the road. Like, and like my mum would get approached in the street saying, because it was when I was living at home with my mum, they'd get approached out in the street. Oh, Heather, is Warren all right? Yeah. But yeah, mate, it was fantastic. And what made me laugh was the way he was stood just looking out the window for about 30 seconds. He just stood there. Like, it was almost like he was just off on another planet or something. He was just like standing, staring out the window. It's just unbelievable. Honestly, the passion that man has got for Arsenal is unparalleled.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, you don't want to ever see that stare that he was doing out the window, because if you do, you know he's coming for you. So I never want to see that stare come my way.
No, exactly. Neither do I. Because I dare say, if you end up on the end of one of those stairs, you know that's it. It's game over. The lights are going out.
Jamino is saying, I would prefer Casado over Rice in the summer. Casado is shining in a team who are starting to perform now and challenging for Europe. Rice is only performing in a relegation battle. Would you agree or disagree with Jamino there, Warren?
Yeah, I don't want Declan Rice anywhere near this club.
Ooh.
I've got similar views to you and Jamino about him. I just think he's hugely overrated. Right? I do. I think he's hugely overrated. I don't trust him. I think he's got a track record of just disrespecting, clubs, football teams, and others. I'm not going to say much more than that, but you know exactly what I'm talking about, Dale.
Yeah.
And I don't want someone like that in my team because I don't trust him. I think if he comes here and he does really well in his first season, and we sort of get knocked out of the Champions League in the group stage, I could see like Real Madrid coming in for him, and I think he'd be gone. I don't think he'd stay. I just think if he comes here, he'll see it as a stepping stone to something else.
Yeah, he will look at that. I agree with that as well. Like I think he'll just sort of go, do you know what? I'll go to Arsenal. It's better than West Ham at the minute. I'll be on the Champions League stage, and I can shine there and see what other big club will come in for me then. I agree with 100% of that. Niall is there. Big up Uncle Warren, legend. Zinchenko out for the season is like an early birthday present for me. And here, I'm sure Warren's the exact same.
I am, but the problem is, Del, I'm not getting really overly excited about it because I know that Arteta isn't going to play Tierney at left back. He's going to want him play him in midfield because I think he's the way he's setting up. We're making us play in a 3-4-3, and he's got three centre backs playing in the defensive position, so we're not playing with a left back.
Would you? Sorry, Warren. Would you have liked Would you have liked to have seen like? I'm always asking you a question about Zinchenko, Tierney, and stuff like that, and I'm always sort of putting you on the spot of that. But would you like to have seen what I was saying earlier on? Tierney on the left-hand side and Zinchenko in that sitting role where Xhaka plays or that sort of pocket area. Because like I was saying, I actually seen him live playing for Ukraine in that position. And he was absolutely unbelievable. He was quality. Zinchenko was he's really good there. And I would have loved to see Tierney and him on that sort of left-hand side, overlapping each other and stuff like that. But we'll never see it now.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it. I'd like to see that. Because I understand that in years gone by, he's played as a central attacking midfielder as well.
Yeah.
Right. So, I'd like to see him playing Granit Xhaka's role and have Tierney playing at left back. Or, other than that, we go and get another left back and we play as a 3-5-2 and have Tierney in a 3 at the back with another 2 centre halves and a left back. And then we do exactly what Scotland do at international level, where him and Robertson are going down that left-hand side, particularly when we're up against top sides. Let's say we get put in a group with Bayern Munich and Real Madrid next season. When we go away to the Bernabeu and, Munich's ground, we're going to have to be we're going to have to set up in a bit defensively. And I would be happy for us to set up the way that Scotland set up. Yeah, and then hit them on the counter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that system would work quite well. But I don't know whether Arteta will do it, because I think he likes to set the team up more or less the same way in every game. He doesn't like tinker with the formation. And I'm a great believer in setting your team up and the tactics up to match or to counter what the opposition are going to do.
Yes, Warren, 100%. I'm the exact same. It's like, you know, the way you play, let's say, an ex-player who got fucked out of the club that you're playing against. He wants nothing more than to actually slaughter the team. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of,
Yeah.
you work your games around that. Like, let's say, we'll just say fucking, I don't know, Tierney is there now, and oh, he was at Chelsea. Chelsea let you go, mate. They said you weren't good enough. Go out and absolutely slaughter them. Do you know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Exactly, because I think I hate to say it, but I think Tierney's gone. I think he's gone. I think he'll be at Newcastle or Aston Villa next season with Unai Emery. And honestly, I would not be surprised to see Aston Villa like challenging for the top 4 next year. I'm not saying they're going to get it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them challenging for it.
Like they'll, I'm thinking they'll be hitting for Europe anyway, be it the Conference League or Europa League.
Because I think they can do it this year. I reckon they could qualify it for this year, and if he gets backed, I'm convinced that he's going to get higher up the league next season. So I just think he's a quality manager, mate. I just think we made a massive mistake getting rid of him.
Yeah, like we at the time, did you not? Did you want Emery out or in, or what was your sort of thoughts on it?
No, I just thought I was getting concerned, right? But at the same token, I could see that the players weren't really playing for him. I mean, that Europa League final was an absolute disgrace. The way they down tools on him, and what's that saying? Yeah, I just thought that the players treated him really badly
towards the end.
The board didn't back him. For me, he was just like holding the fort until Arteta became available. I don't know whether it was something the board said that, oh, you need to go and get more experience, like more time sitting next to Pep, or it was Arteta's saying that. So then, I really don't want the job. I want another year sitting next to Pep. I don't know what happened, because he was in for the job when Unai Emery got it, and Unai Emery got it above him. I don't know what happened there, why they chose Unai over him, but they did, and they just didn't back him. I mean, you said it the other day. I heard you talking about how he wanted the fella from Palace, and he got Pepe, and he wanted, he listed all the players that he wanted, and he didn't get any of them. Whereas this guy we got at the moment, he goes and says, right, I want this, this, and this, and they give it to him.
Yeah. But see, like, this is the thing, if he gets backed, you know what I mean? There's they will go well. I think Villa will go well next year, 100%. I'm just sort of sidetracked here. Thanks for sharing that with us, Acres. But fuck me, these dickheads need a kick in the balls. AFTV are doing a launch party in Adidas store in London on the Friday, the 9th of June. Oh, God. You know what I mean? How can people not see through these clowns?
What, a launch party for what?
It's probably for the new jersey, I'd say, more than likely, or new merch launch or something like that. So You know what I mean? How can you support this stuff? I don't understand. You know what I mean? I really don't.
I don't get it. It's ridiculous. It's honestly, they're like the media. They have become the media branch of the football club.
Yeah, and like, see, the thing about it is, like, with these, like, you know, they're making money, and that's all. That they don't give a shit about Arsenal and what results come in. I guarantee you, every one of the fucking dickheads who are involved with AFTV, they're all sucking off Robbie. Please, can I be involved in the launch? Please, let me go here and there. And if they're not, they'll be outside the door like fucking little leeches, sucking everything that's out there. You know what I mean? These are not Arsenal fans. Don't give me Arsenal fans like this. Were they in the 90s? Were they in the North Bank? You know what I mean? Were they in the early 2000s? You know, have they travelled up and down, like, you know, the UK, well, England, looking at Arsenal? No, they fucking haven't. Give me a break. Seriously, they're such fake fans, it's unreal. Like, they really are fake fans. I don't care what anyone says to me. Oh, can you honestly... Like,
they're 100%. You can...
Like, for me, right? For me, Warren, right? Robbie is, I'd say, 45, 50-ish, roughly around that. All right. So he's older than me, okay? So was he in Anfield in 89?
I've got no idea, mate.
No.
I never went to Anfield 89 either. I had a season ticket that year.
Yeah, but see, Warren, what I'm saying is, like, he's calling himself true Arsenal fan and all this stuff. I've never seen him talking about the olden days or anything like that, the history of the club or anything like that, like the likes of you or Jez or myself or fucking Kenny Ken or anyone who talks about Arsenal like that. I'd say if you'd done a quiz with him in the morning, you'd slaughter him. You know what I mean? So this shit of fucking going to an Arsenal fucking Adidas store, it winds me up. There's a lot more fans out there that deserve this than these clowns.
But the thing is, that a lot of the fan base, they don't want to hear about the history. And I just don't understand it. I don't. I mean, because why would you not want to know about the history of the club if you're a supporter of it? You know, I've seen numerous streams where people are saying, what's the relevance of this when people have been doing history shows? What's the relevance of this? Why is this important? Why are you talking about this? You know, I just start thinking, well, don't you get it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know about you, Del, but if I start a new hobby or I get into something, I want to know all about it. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Especially if I get passionate about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like all this stuff that I do on Diesel's channel. Like, I love reading about that stuff and finding out about it.
Yeah.
But
you
know what I mean? This is what I don't understand, because I know that fans of other clubs are really into their history.
Yeah.
You know, I know for a fact that Liverpool, for example, they've got a huge section on their website telling fans all about the history of the club, how it started, on all this carry on. Yeah, but they don't even seem to want to acknowledge that the club existed before '96.
It's a joke, Warren, because look, I've like, we all know, like, look, I've been at the clubs loads of times and all this stuff, and every time I go, I nearly always just, I walk into the and anyone that goes to the stadium and stuff like that, and they ask you to do the tour of the stadium and stuff like that, and you get to go to the museum. It's not even in the stadium. You have to walk across the fucking promenade, whatever you want to call it, like, you know, and down into a small little fucking room as big as this fucking bar that I'm in, and look at the history of the club. It's a disgrace. And anyone can actually walk in, by the way. You just fucking walk in. And some clown meets you at the door. Yeah, I'm just checking the museum. Do you have your ticket? Ask me how. I left it in the fucking stadium. You know what I mean? Seriously. But it's
Mate, have you ever been to Madrid?
No, I haven't, and I'm sick. I haven't. I have a mother-in-law, an auntie-in-law, if you fucking call her that. She used to teach Ronaldo's son, when he was in Madrid. She's an English teacher. And yeah, she used to be able to get fucking tickets sitting right beside the players. You know, so let's say you had the subs and all this, and then behind them you had the family and fucking, let's say, players who were injured and shit like that. That's where they sat, like, you know. But yeah, sickening that I didn't fucking take it up on the option. But however, go on.
One of my best friends, right? She's Spanish. She lives 15 minutes bus ride from their stadium, Real Madrid, right? Last time I was there visiting her, she suggested that I went to do the stadium tour of Real Madrid. They've got a museum in that stadium. Honestly, it's huge, absolutely huge. They've got glass cabinets with all the trophies they've won in it. There's like there was about, show you how long ago it was, there's about 8 or 9 European Cups sitting in the cabinet, right? You know, and I was so jealous, Jill. It's just one thing I want to see this club do is lift that European Cup. Do you know what I mean? It really broke my heart when we lost that game to Barcelona, and it scarred me.
I've been to Barcelona. I've been to their stadium 3 times, and I've done the tour twice. Like that, they're fucking trophy cabinets. There's a lot of them. Just put it that way. A lot of European titles.
Unbelievable. And they've got this wall, right? And it shows you all the players. It lists all the players that have played for Real Madrid, and they group them in countries where they came from, right? It's class, absolute bloody class. It really is. You know, every country, it's just unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable. And they're going on about the history. There's a huge bit of the room all about the history of the club and stuff like that. I just can't imagine that Arsenal would do something. They're just not interested, and I just don't get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You go up to Celtic and you see a huge statue of Brother Wilfred outside the stadium. Do you know what I mean? The founding father of the bloody club.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows who Brother Wilfred is, right? And then you have one of Billy McNeil holding up the European Cup and whatnot. And we can't even give a bloody statue to George Graham.
Yeah, fuck's sake. Like, what's the whole thing with the statue thing? Like, you'd swear they're fucking, you know, there's a lot of legends there that need a statue that should be there already. You know,
you know, I'm telling you, if they give Arteta a bloody statue at the end of this season, I personally will go up there and rip the fucking thing down. Do you know what I mean? It's just an absolute. I've heard people saying that he should have a statue and demanding a parade for finishing second. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, why? For what?
I know. Look, Joel. What's up, Joel? Hope you're good, mate. Yeah, I agree with Rice. Is a very good but massively overrated, and there is no chance Edu will pay 100 million for him. Edu couldn't negotiate a dinner, let alone a deal. Poor selection of beer, Del Boy. Guinness is not the one, mate. Come here. It just flows in my brains, mate. Or my fucking veins, and my brains, I suppose, as well. I think Rice is good enough, gets goals, good defensively, but Edu is no good. Yes, Darren, facts. I hope Tierney stays, but Warren, you're spot on. He could well go to Villa. Yeah, you watch the space. Telling you now, Villa, Warren, I think you're on a winner there, mate. What the fuck are they launching? See, this is the thing, Ryan. Big up, Ryan. Hope you're well. Check out Mr. Arsenal podcast. Absolutely great channel as well, by the way. Big up, Ryan. Yeah, it must be the new kit or something, because it's June 6th, I think Akers said there, or 9th or something like that. So I'd say it's probably the new kit or away kit or some shite like that. Like, you know, it's so annoying. AFTV are definitely different off camera. Yep, and I've seen it, and that's true. That's 100% true, by the way. The only decent ones from AFTV are Turkish and Curtis. did I meet Turkish? I don't think I've met Turkish. I've met Mo, Julian, Lee Judges, fucking loads of them. Like, yeah. Robbie is 49. He's 49. I said 50. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. AFTV need to go. Culture of losers. See, this is exactly what you're doing. Like, you know what I mean? They're fucking bringing up, oh, it's acceptable for this and that and whatever. AFTV have ruined this younger generation of Arsenal fans. Not many of younger fans will listen to real ones like yourselves. Those pricks at AFTV have brainwashed this younger generation. Yeah, do you know what? Like, it's like most media news nowadays. Like, they only tell you what they want to give out. They don't give you, this is what he said, this is what she said, and we'll come together and there's the news. No, we'll just listen to one side of the story and that's the news. You know what I mean? So just educate yourselves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like what you said earlier on, Warren, and I don't know, when I was talking to Mr. B, I don't know if you've seen it. I was interested to see how Brighton are doing so well. How do they recruit so well? And Brentford, to both teams. Like how, like let's say they could let Basuma go, Casado steps in. You know what I mean? They could let McAllister go in the summertime. Someone else will step in. They have a constant conveyor belt of absolutely class players coming through. How did he do it? So I says, do you know what I said, Warren? I'll educate myself on it. I'll look into it. I'll read this and I'll read that and I'll read that and I'll look at this video and I'll look at that video. And I found out the whole thing. And I said it to Mr. B and he goes, Dale, how did you know that? Just educate yourself. That's all it needs to be. If you're supporting a club like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Man City, the list goes on, Nottingham Forest, Leeds, Villa. You know what I mean? Nottingham Forest have won 2 European Cups. Not many people know that. You know what I mean? Just educate yourself, people. That's all you have to do.
That Nottingham Forest story is unbelievable, right? Because basically what happened, right, Nottingham Forest, they were playing in the second tier of English football at the time. So it'd be like the Championship nowadays. They got promoted. The first season they were in what would be now the Premier League, they won it. They won the Premier League title after being promoted from the Championship in the first season. The next season, they went and won the European Cup. The next season, they went and successfully defended the European Cup. It was just unbelievable. It's just unheard of. It would be like Burnley coming up from the Championship, right, after winning it like they have this season, going winning the Premier League next season, and then going winning the European Cup 2 years running. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just, and that just shows you the class that Brian Clough had as a manager. And anyone who wants to see what he was like, you'll get a little bit of an insight if you watch that film, The Damned United.
Damned United. Yep. 100% you will.
Brilliant film.
Brilliant film.
It's not entirely accurate, and the Clough family aren't very happy with the film, but it will give you a bit of an insight, and it will also give you a bit of an insight into what football was like in the 70s as well, because there wasn't any of this like high fives and kissing and cuddling before the games, or players were literally trying to like physically assault each other on the pitch.
And even with that as well, Warren, Johnny Giles wasn't too happy either when that film came out, because it portrayed him as he just didn't want him there at all, and disrespected him and everything like that. Like, and I think Giles was nearly trying to put a stop to the film. Obviously it didn't happen, but yeah, it's like, as you said earlier on, you put the cherry on the ice cream there, like, you know what I mean? It's just like you support a club, or you do something, it's a hobby or something, get to know what the history of it and like how it is. Like I can't, like, do you know who actually reminded me the other day? What game was it? Who were Nottingham Forest playing the weekend? Was it Southampton? It was Monday night or something like that. And me and Zach were just sitting there on the couch and we were watching the first half, and Zach goes to me, 10 years of age, mind you. He goes, Dad, true or false, have Nottingham Forest ever won a European Cup? Right? Now, I was joking with him, right? And I says, no, they haven't. Sure, they're only after getting promoted from the thing. And he started laughing. He goes, I thought you knew about football. He goes, back in the day, he calls it. And he started naming, like, he goes, they've won two. You know what I mean? And that's because he loves football. And he knows the way I always say to him, if now I've never pushed Arsenal on him, by the way. I says, if you want to know Arsenal, get involved and learn the history, learn to love the club, what the foundations of the club was, and like, how it began and stuff like that. And that's the reason why I think he's been with me 3 times to the Emirates, and we've gone into the museum. You know what I mean? And he's looked at Cliff Baston. He's looked at, like, Charlie George and all this stuff. He knows the history. He knows the Irish players that have been there. And even when you go into the museum, and there's a few little stadium seats there, and you put the earphones on you and stuff like that, and you look at the history from back in the day up to present and stuff like that. We sat there and we do this, and he loves it. Why can't most fans be like that? But it's just fucking deluded. Oh, I think it happened when Wenger started when Wenger managed the club. That's when Arsenal itself was created.
See, I don't understand it, because every other fan I know, almost every other fan I know from all over the world, not just in England or Scotland or wherever, they all want to know about the history of their clubs, right? My friend, the one I told you about earlier, the one in Madrid, she knows all about the history of Real Madrid. Another mate of mine who lives in Barcelona, he knows all about the history of Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? I just don't understand where this, like, disrespect comes from. And, do you know what I mean? Because it's not even like that all up and down the UK either. You go to Liverpool, you go to Celtic, you go to Rangers, you go to Birmingham City, you go to Villa. All these fans, like, know about the history of their club. So why is it just our club that's got this issue with, like, wanting fans to know about its history?
Yeah. And just even with, like, what Darren's saying here, they don't give a fuck about Highbury history, like a load of uncoachable teens. Yeah, exactly. Like, even like at Highbury, when I first brought Zach over, me 10-year-old, that's one when we got off at the Arsenal tube station. The first place I went up to was the Highbury, where the apartments are now, and I spotted that there was a gate open. And I says, "Come on, we'll persuade our way in here. Del boy, he who dares wins." Went in, and, like, we obviously, I was telling them that here's Highbury and stuff like that, and I spotted a gate opening, and we just sort of ran in to the sort of communal area where the pitch was, and we walked up to the sort of green area, and I says, do you know where you're standing? And he goes, no, go on, tell me. And I says, this is actually where the pitch was. This was where the pitch was. This would have been the North Bank, you know what I mean, clock end, and I'm telling him everything like that, and he was just like, oh my God. I says, you remember Thierry Henry and, like, the Dennis Bergkamps, and, like, naming players to him, they've played in this area. Like, and he was just like, I cannot believe this. Like, he was just legends, absolute legends. Fucking Liam Brady, you name it, David O'Leary's, Tony Adams. He was just gobsmacked. He was like, I was just there. This young fella loves Arsenal. He wants to support Arsenal. He loves the history, and that's what it should be. Exactly. This shit, like, of, watching that poison shit on AFTV and thinking that that's history and whatever, like,
So all they're interested in, Del, is making money, like, and shifting merchandise. But the thing is, what they seem to forget is they could make even more money if they used their brains and started talking to people about the clubs. They could get them really hooked, and they could go into schools and do so much good with, like, teaching kids, getting them. It could get them interested in history in general.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And not just about, like, football or Arsenal, but help them to learn how to research stuff properly and, build up an argument in a debate about why something is the way it is. Do you know what I mean? And, history is a really good way to do that. So, I just do not understand why they're not interested in
think
doing it. I can't get it.
It's probably this society and just the way that kids have been brought up nowadays. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nowadays, kids are being brought up to not respect their elders. You know what I mean? My young fella doesn't respect an elder. He gets a clip in the fucking ear. That's what he gets. You know what I mean? But he never would. No, and that's just respect. Yeah, you have to respect your elders. That's as simple as. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was brought up that, and I'll bring the kids up that way as well.
No, fair play to you, mate.
Yeah. Brighton let Neil McPie go. Evan Ferguson came in. They let Trossard go. Sully March and Matoma are both coming into their own. Yeah, that Matoma fella, he's an absolutely quality player. Exactly. Darren, AFTV is a scam, sadly. Yeah, you're right. 100%, mate. Cecil really randomly walked into an LA restaurant to meet it. Yeah. Yes. Argav, exactly. When I seen that, I says, do me a bleeding favour, will you? Oh, Jesus, straighten up, everyone. Get the shoulders back. Here he is, the man of the hour. Big up, Del Boy. Give me a shout tomorrow, mate. Yeah, I'll give you a buzz tomorrow, pal. I will indeed. Hope you're well. Yeah, we were just talking earlier on about your reaction and stuff like that. And, passionate. And everyone loves it. Loves you, mate. Loves you. Big up, Kyle. Your son's schooling you, Del Boy. Nice one. Yeah, he was. Now I knew Forest won the European Cup, but I just wanted to see that he know it, you know what I mean? But yeah, look, he loves football and educating himself, not just on Arsenal, about football teams as well. Our ex-player, Benrahma, has equalised for West Ham. Oh, so it's 1-1. I'm going to try and go in now and have a look at the end of that. And we have Divs saying we can't compete. Yeah, see, this is what you're talking about, Darren. Roma won Sevilla. Roma won 0 Sevilla. 1-0 to the Hammers. 1-1 AZ. Big up Warren, another legend. That was a great game, Del. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%, man. 2-1 the Hammers. Oh, 2-1 the Hammers. They're fucking gone up. Right, I'm going to start wrapping up here now. I'll just read out the rest of the comments. Antonio goal, 2-1. The history is part of the game. And when you go to a game, you immediately think of when you've played the other team before. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. It's common sense. Are West Ham destined to win the Europa Conference League? I'll tell you now, they probably will. It'll keep Moisey in a job. Jupp Fiorentina versus Brazil, winner right. Our fans are more interested in paying 80 for a seasoned jersey of the London Underground. Jesus Christ. We unfortunately live in a recycled society. People don't care about the history. Shocking. Exactly, mate. It says Brighton keep finding players always. Brunato now too. Ferguson, Irish beauty. Ferguson's a player. I've seen him play 100%. Lee Judges is a nice guy. Yeah, he is. But he wanted Emery gone after his first season, after having 50 million, but was over the moon when Arteta got given a new contract after getting us back into Europe after 3 seasons. Yeah, I agree. The earlier days, I think the old AFTV got in under his skin, and I think he's been changed. And that's from a guy who was met and interviewed him. We been hijacked, lads. Yeah. Cross pond. Brighton don't believe in the Premier proven horseshit, and they doing very nicely finding up and coming players. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the thing. Statistics and making dollars big time. Craig Delboy, who's to say Arteta would go out, get the right players for the team? He's proven that more than 50% of his signings have flopped. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's a lot of money. So some do just fall in love with the sport before the history. You just hope they get around to the history. Yeah, exactly. And I agree with that 100%. I do agree with that 100%. Well, like that, and I think what Warren was saying as well is just fall in love with the sport or the team or whatever find out the history, educate yourself, and then you can have a conversation with other people. AZ have got ex-Arsenal player Matt Ryan in goal. Jeez, he's gone to there. I didn't think that Matt Ryan was in goal for them. Our signings have now been flops, please. Right, folks, I'm going to leave it on that. Warren, before I go, what do you have coming up in your channel? I know what you've got coming up, but please tell everyone else in the chat, please.
Well, on Saturday, I'm doing my Saturday show. 2:30 starts, looking at what's going on around in football, like following all the matches, all the goals going in. There'll be fireworks and yellow cards and red cards flying all over the place. So that starts at 2:30 on my channel. So make sure you come and check it out. It'd be great fun. It's always good laugh. And on Tuesday night, I'm doing a show on Diesel Arsenal channel about the life and mysterious death of Jeffrey Epstein. So that is going to be absolutely wild. It's very controversial. So come and join me on Diesel Arsenal channel on Tuesday night. Come in at 7:00 and find out all about it, because it's mad. Absolutely mad. So yeah.
I think my missus is actually going to be tuning into that as well, so no pressure, right?
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. So listen, Del, thanks ever so much for having me on the show. Let me come on. I really enjoyed chatting to everyone and to yourself. So it was great.
No, really appreciate it, Warren. Thanks a million for dropping by and all the legends in the chats. This is what I always say about me doing shows. Like, you know, it's all about you guys. Warren, thanks a million for coming in. Mr. B was in earlier on. I really do appreciate it. And we're going to be doing a fan cam call in after the Chelsea show. I love when you guys are in and dropping comments in. Really makes the show, for me, interesting, because I'm sick of hearing my own fucking voice. You know what I mean? I'm sick of looking at myself in fucking mirrors and cameras and shit like that. So I just love looking at your comments and your opinions, and I love hearing it. I'm back again. You know what I mean? I'll probably actually drop a video tomorrow. I might be going live again tomorrow, actually. I'll see how I'm getting on. I'm going doing the Irish League of Ireland match. But if you drop in and drop a few comments here and there, no bother, we'll fucking have the crack and go from there, like, you know. And as it says, after the game on Sunday as well, we'll have a chat as well, and hopefully, Warren, you're around as well, and drop in if you can and stuff like that. It'd be great. Mr. B was on earlier on. Thanks a million, and everyone in the chat, really do appreciate it. Del Boy's back, and as I says earlier on, it's for me. It's just friendlies from now on. City aren't going to drop points, unfortunately. I think if they will drop a point, it could be against Everton. In my sort of thinking of it, there may be a banana skin there, but I can't see them losing, you know, another game after that. But no, thanks a million, everyone. Again, I really do appreciate it. Across the pond and all, big ups. And please do smash an old like before you go out. If you're not subscribed, hit the old subscribe button. Really do appreciate it. So anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to finish the rest of my Guinness. I think I have one more to go. I'm going to sit down. I'll probably watch the end of the match and see how we get on and go from there. But yeah, tomorrow night, just keep an eye out on the channel. I hit the notification on it as well, because I might be doing the watch along for the Ireland League matches. So yeah, thanks a million. Take care. And God bless you all. Will we win on Sunday? I think so. Warren, what do you think before we go?
I can't even, mate, I'm so... I don't even know who we're playing. That shows you how much interest I've got in it.
Yeah. No, it's Brighton. It's Brighton at home.
Brighton, yeah. I think we might get a draw.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious, because Brighton, up until they got thumped by Everton, they've been playing really well. So I think it's going to be tough, because they're going to want to bounce back. You know, they've still got chance of getting potentially Champions League or Europa League. So, you know, because they've got a lot of games in hand. So, you know, I don't think it'll be an easy game. I think it's going to be difficult. So if we win it, it'll be a good result, but I think we might get a draw.
I think they have a bit of a kick in the arse after the Everton game as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see, I think, because we always start a bit slow in the first few games. If they get an early goal, it's going to be hard to come back and try and get the win, like, you know. But I'm going to go for a win, but I'm going to go 2-1. I think it'll be close enough as well. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park, what some people and some deluded Arsenal fans are thinking. But hopefully it's a win, and hopefully it's 2-1. But before the game, we have the Everton Man City game, so that'll be interesting to see. Anyway, thanks a million, everyone. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you all on Sunday.